This is Melinda with raw-wisdom.com, and today is day 91 of the Juice Feast. Actually, it's already 92 because it's late. We're at my sister's, my sister Amy, and I guess it's significant that I end the Juice Feast here with my sister Amy because she and I ended up moving in with my aunt after my parents died. My oldest sister Shelley came back. We tried to hold the family together as a unit for a year, but then we decided it was too hard, so my youngest sister and I moved in with an aunt. And it's been a rough couple of days for me. I guess I'm dealing with victimization, feeling victimized, and endings. I don't believe we're really victims. We think we are sometimes, but it's just a ploy. We can always make a choice, a different choice. You have something to say?
I have something to say? Oh God. I don't know, so much has been happening in our lives. I can't believe we're on video again, huh? Oh my God. Well, we were, let's see, we're planning to go to the Veg Convention, or Expo, it's the Boston, which is one of the biggest in the country. So we just came up here to visit her sister and to have some fun. We're also trying to get ready to do some of our own expos, so we have a better sense of what people are distributing and promoting. We have getting ready to promote our sauna and looking at other infrared products and also some cardiovascular health products. Just to do something new and exciting and healing for others. Back in the office, we're writing articles. We're getting ready to launch the blog. We are all the things. We're getting ready to expand the office. Pretty soon we'll do a construction project. I haven't heard back, but I wrote Natural News about doing an article on why pharmaceutical drugs don't work and can't work. Everybody knows that they don't work. I mean, not everyone. I should say that there's a few million people, because he alone has, I think, 1 million people a month or something visit his site, that know something's wrong with our whole medical system. And Adams has put out a challenge that if the pharmaceutical companies can find even one person among billions on the planet who take a combination of 8 drugs, which he's listed on his website, and can beat him in any game of stamina, flexibility, physical strength, and so on, that he will give $10,000 to the winner. But no one's come to the plate because drugs don't actually heal. It's a big sham. They ameliorate symptoms. They cover up symptoms. And produce so-called side effects that are actually the primary toxic, harmful effects of the drugs. So there's millions of people that know chemicals and drugs are harmful, but they don't know why. There is a reason why, and it's somewhat philosophical. It's somewhat more deep digging, but there's a reason why synthetic chemicals, by their very nature, cannot heal, are organized by principles that are intrinsically non-healing, and therefore we have a bankrupt medical system that doesn't know its tush from its elbow, and so, which is kind of a little bit of a joke, but it's really quite serious, because millions and millions and millions of billions of people around this planet suffer as a result of the lack of enlightenment. Yeah.
Thinking about that article that came out about New York and Goldman Sachs.
Oh yeah, the swine flu. Adams calls it the swine flu pandemic. The attempt by a small group of media Mongols to create a swine flu panic is the biggest medical fraud ever perpetrated on the public. But you know, the public has been manipulated now for ever since the 1970s, when there was a consolidation of the media and a few people took control and our democracy suffered. People don't get real news anymore. It's so manipulated by vast corporate interests. And it's almost scary. You know, in Russia, when the media was taken over, everybody knew everything in the newspaper was a lie. Nowadays, they don't realize it. I mean, it's unbelievable how gullible the American public is. There's nothing valid in the swine flu pandemic. There's nothing valid in the swine flu vaccine. It's never been proven to be effective. It hasn't been safety tested. It has huge toxins in it. There's a history of fraud. There's conflicts of interest, I think, for the major media Mongols have interests in pharmaceutical companies. The Director of Medical Health in the state of New York, which is the only state that mandated that nurses must have and hospital workers must have these shots, it turned out that his wife has a position at Goldman Sachs, and they cut a deal. I think it's a multi-million-dollar deal, billion-dollar deal, having to do with the distribution of vaccines. So he had in New York. So he had a vested interest, and then made it law that someone who didn't at a hospital who didn't take a shot was fired. There are scarier things. The emergency law that Obama enacted, takes away our civil liberties, our health liberties, and forces people to potentially take a shot that has synthetic chemicals and genetically modified ingredients that are dangerous for people to do. The shot is more dangerous than any flu ever could be. So that's the story. It's a funny world we live in. I mean, I have friends who've made plans to leave the country if things get any worse. So we have this little bit of a YouTube channel to try to get a little bit of truth out to the public, and I hope some of you are listening. It's American capitalism at its glorious worst, but we have to stay enlightened, we have to stay positive, and we have to keep transforming our world to make it a healthy, sane place to live in.